M. Henry Archuleta. I'm going to title it. What's my name again? How do you spell my name?
We have no clue how you spell your name. I'm still trying to figure out how to spell my name.
Okay, I'm ready to go. We're going to go live. We are now live.
Are you going to be on camera?
We are on camera. And we're live via the radio, too. Welcome, everybody, to... I'm telling you, this is going to be a good show. It's just an improv show that Rocio dreamed up. I don't know what was it. She said, hey, I got an idea. I'm blaming you. Isn't that right?
Oh, that's right. You're blaming. I'll take all the blame. I'm just loving being here with you.
Okay, so check it out. Rocio is a speaker, an author, a trainer, a consultant, all of that. But we're not going to talk about that too much today. We're going to talk to her. I used to call these up close and personal. But we want to get up close and personal with you. We're going to talk about, you're waiting to see what I'm going to say. You can see the look in your
eye. I am waiting. I'm like, okay, first of all, it's Rocio, right? You know, like,
Rocio. Rocio. Now, what's my name?
Henry.
No.
Henry.
No. It's Enrique to you.
Enrique. I love it.
We're going to be up close and personal with you. We're going to find out what you're all about. I mean, we know that you've done a lot of stuff. You've talked to a lot of very important people. You've talked to a lot of audiences, and you have no problem going in front of them. But now, we're going to talk straight to you. Up close and personal. We're going to talk about life. You know, we know that you know, you've had a tough life growing up. You had a child. You did all these things. But we want to know about life and what it means to you. Let's talk about clothes. Now, you love clothes. I just know you. You love clothes. What kind of clothes do you really like to wear when you're around the house or when you're out and about? Tell us about your clothing. You have a great clothing style.
I love clothing, so that's so funny that you picked that out. I love clothing, so specifically the clothing that I love to wear when I'm out and about. I love dresses. I love anything that is dressy. I just love to feel very confident in my clothes. I love color. That's one of the things I love. It's my pinks, my blues, my royal purples, and all of those gorgeous colors that really bring out my personality. That's where I'm like feeling like I'm a rock star. So if you see me and I'm like, I'm on fire, take a look at my clothes. Most likely it has to do with the colors that I'm wearing. I'm just loving that. So when I'm at home, same thing. I love to dress up. So funny. My mom called me yesterday. She's like, what are you doing? I said, well, I'm getting ready. She's like, well, what are you getting ready for? I said, I get ready every single day. I love to just get ready and be ready. And I love the feeling of getting gorgeous clothes on and makeup on and all those goodies.
And see, I knew that about you. Now, I'm going to go into makeup. That's another area that you love. It's just a given. With the clothing that you wear, you know how to mix and match. You know what to look good. And they're called power clothes as well as power makeup.
Yes. There's power colors, there's power makeup, and everything. I took a class a number of years ago with my makeup artist who's from Hollywood. She's a Hollywood makeup artist, extraordinary individual. Just very like toning it down. It's not too overboard, not too under. It's just like perfectly perfect for business setting and go from point A to point B with this particular makeup. So it's pretty light. I love my red lipstick. So that's one of the things that I do love is red lipstick. Anywhere I go. So that lipstick depends, you know, like the makeup for the daytime is very different than the nighttime, very different than the weekend time. So for me, I love to keep it just very even keel. It's light, it's beautiful, and it just makes me feel really good.
And I knew that too. So what I'm doing, I'm making a watch party so everybody can keep an eye on you. And so you probably never had an interview like this, okay? So it's gonna be
no, this is the one of a kind.
You said, "Damn it! I know he's gonna." You're thinking last night, what is he gonna ask me? I gotta think.
What is he gonna ask me? What is this man going to ask me?
Now, do you think you attract men when you go to a lot of these events? Does your power clothing, your power makeup move the men in, or do they feel intimidated by your strength and your power and the way you are as a influence? Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one on you.
That is a good one on me, and I would say it's my confidence more than anything. Because I can be literally in jeans and walk into a room and captivate a room. I love doing that.
Yeah.
It's the confidence. It's a confidence, like knowing what I know. I'm very confident. I've been in this field for a very long time. I'm comfortable in my own skin. I think that's probably one of the biggest things right there. It doesn't matter what is happening. Although if you would have met me 10 years ago, Henry, I probably wouldn't have been as comfortable if something was off with my outfit.
Yeah, I was thinking that I was calling in makeup to come and help me. They walked in, they said, just a mask. Put a mask over your face, you'll be fine. That's what they told me. But it ain't really like that. But for me, I was like, Jesus, okay, so let's keep talking about this. So you go to some of these events, and a lot of these men wear the darker clothes, the pinstripes, and they walk around, almost like, the rooster in the yard. Like, yeah, I'm all of that. Have you ever intimidated any of this style of men? Ooh, wow. We got to hear all this good stuff that you've got to say now. If everybody's watching, you got to hear how you pronounce your name. It's so funny.
I've intimidated people, and people have walked up to me and like, wow, I'm not too sure if I can speak with you, and you're so intelligent, and you know so much, or tell me something that I can't find online about you. It really varies. Sometimes it's very interesting. Conversations just go in many different directions. So sometimes people are very confident. They're like, yes, I want to be around Rosita. And sometimes they're like, wow, I'm not too sure I can talk with her. They put me up on a pedestal. I'm a human being. I make mistakes. I do silly things. I spill things on me. Sometimes I mess up my shoes. One day, Henry, I was delivering a graduation keynote. As a matter of fact, it was last year, exactly a year ago. I was delivering a graduation keynote. I was sitting down. I had these beautiful, impeccable shoes that had these gorgeous little holes on them. Little did I know, Henry, that as I got up to go give that speech, I tore off one of those holes. Right off of that, right? So pretty funny, little wardrobe malfunction. I've had funny things happen to me on stage one day. Literally, like, if you know how embarrassing it is to lose the functionality of your zipper.
Oh,
completely got it. And I've been on stage where I have a side zipper and I'm holding my arm on one side and just talking like this. Because things go wrong on stage as well.
And you break through them too. It's like you're sweating, but don't let nobody know you're sweating, right?
Nobody knows I'm sweating. Nobody knows I'm like holding it with my elbow and just moving along.
And some of the situations, I know you've been in this situation. You're called out to go do a big event, and the crowd is big. It's not small. It's big. But they're not very receptive, and no matter what you say and how you try to say it, you're going to get this. Have you been through that?
Oh, definitely. Sometimes like, hello, is anyone there?
Yeah.
And it depends. Sometimes people are just tired, or they're hungry, or they're waiting for something. That's so important, right? When we look at our primal needs, we must take that into consideration. So now, as I move forward with my speeches, I just allow people to eat ahead of time. I don't want to speak before they eat, right? Because if they're hungry, they're going to be taking that message in very differently than when they're full and they're content and their human needs are met.
And what is, there's sometimes you have, and a lot of times you have an icebreaker. What is one of your favorite icebreakers?
Wow, one that I really love that I'm really missing around this time is just getting people to get up immediately, right after I get on the stage. Within 60 seconds, they're up on their feet, greeting each other, having a great time, and they're connected with new people. And then I take them through the icebreaker at a different level. I said, what would it be if that was your best friend that you have not seen in 20 years? What would that look like? And so you hear the room just completely shift. People are excited, they're running around, and they're just connecting at a very different level. And from that point forward, it feels like the energy may have been here, and then it goes here.
You're not speaking of my special education class that you spoke of?
I'm not speaking to no.
Oh.
And it's just
and everybody was excited, they were running around. That's what it sounded like. Like my... Well,
and it's pretty much like that.
And then my remedial class is even worse.
Right?
It's okay.
When people are excited, we do a lot of things, right?
Oh, don't say
We're like, wow, you know, like
read
that
my
person.
mind on that one. When I'm excited to what about you? Okay, we're talking about Rosario.
Rocio.
Henry, come on, bro.
Henry.
Enrique.
Enrique.
Okay, let's talk also. We were speaking about public speaking. And some of the things, have you ever been to some of these places where the food is horrible? They try to act like it's the best, and it's like, yeah, who's the chef back there? Did they have it left over from the other event? Have you had something like that?
Oh boy, I've had that. You know, I've had moments where in the past I probably would have swallowed the food and just like drank water. But now I have to be very respectful of my body, and so I may excuse myself and go use a napkin, find something to get rid of because it's not good, right? There's no way
To get
that we
around
should
it.
force ourselves to eat something that's not good.
Somebody who pretends they know how to make Mexican food, and it is just yuck. Right?
It's a cross between all the Mexican food.
Chile con carne out of the
Right, chile con carne out of the straight from the bote. Like, where did this come from? What part of Mexico is this from?
Now,
No.
let's talk about your leadership skills. Now, I'm sure you've run into a few people that just are so terco en la cabeza that you can't get them straightened up no matter what. And they're in these positions, they're in power positions. They don't get it. They're too powerful. They have the name tag and they just look at you like, well, whatever, you know? I'm sure you've run into those. Tell me what you would do. I mean, you say, okay, I get it. You ever go there?
Well, first and foremost, if people are not ready to change, if they're not ready to take a good look in the mirror, I think leadership takes courage. Let's get that one straight, right? It takes courage to see what's working. It takes courage to see what's not working. It takes courage to see what is important so that we can continue to move forward. Some people are so like hanging on for dear life on what their past patterns are because their patterns are a way of being. And these patterns, Henry, they worked at some point in our lives. They're no longer working, right? Sometimes when we're not aware, we just don't want to know. For instance, I've had people who share things very, very simple. They're like, well, I don't like listening to authority. And it's like, wow, how does that work? Right? How does that work? You know, you're the CEO of a company and you're working with your board of directors. How does that work if you don't listen to authority and you want people to listen to you? I think for me, leadership, it's a game, right? It goes back and forth. I think about it as from like a slinky perspective. It goes this way and it goes that way, right? And you can make all these waves and these beautiful designs with it. And we must be able to take in information, which is feedback, right? Somebody gives us feedback, we must be able to go back and forth with it. So yes, I do come across individuals who don't accept feedback very well. They're just not ready.
So some of the guys you date, do you have to go through that?
That's a very good question. I've had that as well.
See, well, this is what this is about. We're going to banter about life for real.
Right.
You're too used to all the the corporate kind of thing. I told you I've gone amok. Okay, so you already know what kind of corporate guy I am. I can go there. I can be the estudiante de Aztlán kind of guy, but I'm not there right now with you. So let's keep going on. Tell us about what it's like to date somebody who don't know how to cook, and you're doing the cooking, and do you ever date anybody who doesn't know how to cook?
I have.
Is that one of your prerequisites? Come on, level with this. Come on.
It should be my prerequisite because I love fine food. That should be one of my prerequisites.
I'm finding out all the good stuff. Everybody, are you listening? We're getting a hot scoop. She's not in a corporate environment now. We're not talking about her book. We're talking about Rocio. Right? I keep thinking wrong. How come? Rocio. Jesus, what's wrong with me? It's just, I've told you about this problem. Maybe you can help me.
I don't know, Henry. I think you might.
See, there you go. I warned you about this. No.
You warned me about this.
Yes. Tell us about if that's a prerequisite, because I know, okay, we know you like nice clothes, good makeup, prerequisite to cook. Types of cooking.
It should be a prerequisite because I think there's something magical about people being able to cook. For me, it's a stress reliever, so I love that. And then I love beautiful things, right? I love beautiful food as well. And so that's great. Maybe that should be a prerequisite. I haven't come across that. That will be on my list of right prospects. Do you know how to cook? Number one on the list.
Yes. And then number two,
are you open for feedback?
See, that's true. Now, the other thing you really like, I know you do, is good quality music. Now, is that going to be on the second of the list of quality stuff that this person has to have?
What is that one? Repeat that one.
Good music. Loving good music, going to good concerts. That's you all the way.
I do. I love extraordinary music. I love anything that has to do with classical music, just worldly jazz. I love that. I love just listening to live music. It's one of my favorite things, going several times a year, just listening. I feel like the Tasmanian devil that just it hears music and all of a sudden it's like in love and dancing and joyful. That's me.
And then the other thing too that you've done a lot of stuff with leadership, and I just noticed, and I kind of went over it. I'm not sure what this is, but we'll talk about it. World education and those who are graduating in 2020. I've seen something about something. Let us know about that. What is it?
You did, definitely. That's through Global Minded. I loved speaking with students in this year's commencement. I will be delivering a commencement address tomorrow to our graduating students to be unstoppable, how they can be unstoppable in the midst of the chaos in life and create their own opportunities no matter what life looks like. Because I think sometimes we're waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect time, the perfect setting, temperature, climate, and everything, and that never shows up. Life is about chaos. Life is about constant change. Life is about beauty and joy and excitement. There's so much going on there. Now I can really see both of us.
I was wondering, I was looking down at that and going, why is that crossed out? Did you cross me out?
I did not cross you out. You must. That's so funny because I'm like, where is Henry? I'm like talking to myself.
Oh my freaking God, you crossed me out. Oh my God.
Well, I must have crossed you out.
Talking about life is a lot more fun sometimes. And, doing the commencement address is nice. And, you say unstoppable, but, some men and women get married and women are unstoppable. Those will beat the heck out of you with their placas and everything.
Right, with their chanclas.
Yeah, those are for the kids. They can toss those 20 feet and catch you anywhere. You ever get it with the chancla? Come on.
I grew up with the chancla.
Did you ever get hit with it? Look at you smiling. I can see you.
I did, chancla was part of life. Isn't it part of every Latino's life? That chancla.
I think everybody knows what that is. Dios mío. Jeez. Now, let's talk about flying. I know that you like to fly and everything, but you're a little afraid of it. You not like how I'm getting all this about you without even knowing.
Right, that is so funny. I love flying.
Yes, but you're a little. Do you have COVID?
No.
Oh, look at you. Why are you coughing on
over video stream? I love to fly, and there's been those moments, Henry, that I'm like holding on to my stomach when the plane feels like it's super turbulent.
They do. They move around. And if they didn't, they'd fall apart. They're made to move around.
They do. Isn't it so funny, speaking of airplanes, that when an airplane is on the ground, it actually ages a lot faster than what it does in the air.
Right. So do I.
There we go.
I don't know how I got all this chrome, but it came from somewhere.
Yeah, how did you get that?
Well, I was trying to get like I told you, makeup in you. They threw me a mask. Here you go.
Hey, here's your mask, Henry.
And so you've been around the earth, some places. Tell us some of the exotic places that you've loved to visit.
Some of the fun places that I've been. Well, I've been in a very interesting place in San Jose, Guatemala, which I love. And it's just been amazing, like black sand beaches, and it's been amazing. So that particular place, one of the things that was most memorable, besides the black sand beaches and the different types of pools in the home that we stayed in, was the fact that we had a lot of bodyguards, and that was crazy. It was crazy because I figured out, like, wow, my family doesn't even know where I'm at. All I see is these bodyguards and people walking around with rifles and machine guns and so forth, just for extra protection where we were staying
Oh, Lord
in
have
that
mercy.
particular home. And I'm like, wow, there's something crazy about that. I've been places like Italia. Italia is so gorgeous, and many other different places.
Do you like the food out there? Which is the place that you travel to you like the best food?
San Francisco. It's so funny. It's in the States. San Francisco is one of my favorite ones, and the other favorite is Mexico City. It's just amazing. I can go to San Francisco any time of the year.
I think anybody would too.
Right? The weather, the people, like just the ambient, everything is just so gorgeous. And so the same thing in Mexico City. One of the times that I was there in October, all I could see was one of those scenes from the movies when you see everybody's head, like all these heads walking by. I'm like, wow, what impact! I had been there so many times, and that was the first time I had seen that, and that was pretty wild.
And the Bay Area rapid transit system is wild.
Yes.
Under the ocean with some of that stuff. It's like, wait a minute.
Hey, what's going on here?
Go to Fisherman's Wharf and get you a big, huge corn on the cob and butter.
I'm the Ben and Jerry's ice cream. Every time I go to Fisherman's Wharf, I stop by for my ice cream. There's something about watching the street performers, having fun, and just enjoying being present.
Nowadays, you can just go anywhere and watch street performers. There's normal people in King Soopers doing
their own performance.
Yeah. Well, Walmart. You ever go to Walmart? It's Walmart. 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 It says Walmart. Walmart. It's like that in Walmart. Walmart.
It's like that in Walmart.
Where do you like to shop the most? Don't tell me you have Amazon deliver all your goods to your house.
Oh my! Recently, Amazon and I have become like best friends. I'm just waiting for them to deliver a box of my friends.
Wait a minute. That didn't sound right. Let me just mess you up now. A box of your friends. Okay, so that could mean anything here. Blow up dolls or
no, just like friends. So
I can mess you up on that one. I can grab a hold of anything and
right. Don't grab a hold of that one.
Here's how you sound. Okay. Me and Amazon are like this, and I'm waiting for them to deliver a box to my friends. Now I'm gonna say it like I'm saying it. I shop at Amazon now, and I can't wait for them to deliver a box of my friends.
Depends what kind of friends it is.
You asked for this. You asked for it. You said, "Should we just do a test?" Yeah, let's do a test. But I said, we're not going to do no interview. We're going to just do some banter. Improv banter.
Definitely improv.
And so it's good for you because it's different. It's not your standard one like you had the other day with, what was the name of that guy?
Charlie?
Yeah, Charlie.
Charlie and Russ and Paul and Uncle and everybody.
It was interesting.
Yes, it was. It was so great.
And you meet a lot of great individuals, and that's really cool. I'd like to be like you, fly on your shoulder, or not on the shoulder, but just to watch, and then kind of whisper in your ear, "Sure." You laugh, and you like, because I know some of the thoughts that come off your head, like, "Really, you just said that to me?"
Like, really, Henry?
Now, everybody's talking about this virus and all this stuff now. What do you think in reality? What's going on here? How can all of a sudden it's opened up again? Did the chojitos go away? Did the cooties go away? Or virus, whatever they call it? How did it just disappear? Give me your take on that one. It's kind of strange, isn't it?
It is pretty strange, right? And the number one key thing that I think about that is like, let's take a look at humanity, the impact on humanity. Like, things don't just go away like this. Because I say it's May 8th, it's over. It's not. It's a reality. It's unfortunate. I wish we would have stayed in longer in the beginning to start off with, that we would have taken 2 weeks when we knew we had an issue, that we would have been impacted, it would have all been taken care of. Unfortunately, we waited a little too long and then we prolonged it, and some of us didn't listen, let's be honest. Some of us didn't listen.
You're looking at me like it's me, that.
I am looking at you. Some of us did not listen. Henry, by the way, did not listen. And so there's an impact. There's a ripple to our impact, right? What are we doing? How are we doing it? And knowing that at the end of the day, whatever it is that we do here, it does impact people all over the world, and what other people do all over the world does impact us. So being more conscious. So when I really think about it, we should have stayed in just a little bit longer. I know we've been wanting to get back to business immediately and get back to some type of normalcy and normality, yet there's a new normal.
But a lot of businesses are going out. They're just shutting their doors and saying, I'm done.
Yes.
And I don't know about normal. I think everything is tied to the financial. And if the financial controls everybody and everything, I don't think there's no president, no politics that control. It's financial. The banksters, I call them.
Yes. People want their money.
Yes.
This is fascinating. Who did? Jim Rome. And I'm thinking about who I was listening to recently. Jim Rome said that even if you were to give money to everybody, we're thinking about the haves and the have-nots and whatever, the distribution of wealth. No matter what, the money's always going to end up in the hands of the people who always had it, right? When you think about it, because they're the ones that have the corporations, they're the ones that have the products and the services and so forth that we need, right?
Whoa.
So there we go.
That's it?
There we go.
Oh.
That's it. It's a slow.
I thought there was more. No, I disagree with that.
All right.
Right now, I could live on practically nothing. I even get cardboard boxes, chop them up and mix them with hot water. So I get good fiber. Okay?
You have those for breakfast instead of your special K.
We've got conejos, the wild ones, in the backyard. So we also have wild ones.
Oh, God.
Yes, so, I can make without the corporation. So it's like their financial is what's holding everybody like this. Give everybody $1,200 for 11 weeks. That equates to about $110 a week. Let's tell all the politicians we're going to do that to you. See how long you can live on $1,200.
Right. And it would be very similar to when people have been given $7 in one day to figure out what are you going to eat for one day.
That's right.
Right? And let's be honest, I don't know, I know about you and I, we love the fun things in life, but some days it's like enjoying food, it's like $100 a plate some days, right? And it's really good. Por favor. That's like really, did my makeup get there? Henry, ¿qué vamos a hacer contigo?
Well, you know what? I was just trying to help you there. It's virtual, but this is the new normal, right?
Right, it is the new normal. On the screen.
So you can see the big screen back here.
Yeah.
And see, we're going peer-to-peer on Zoom, so all those who have joined us right now, we're talking to Rocio. How come I can't get that right? You're gonna
because you're telling yourself you can't get it right.
I keep telling myself, it's like I can't get it right. Miss R. Sounds
Miss RP.
Miss RP. Okay, Miss RP is with us today. And earlier, I gotta go ahead and call myself out. We can get it going. My own Zoom locked me out. They said, no hijo de carnicero. You're not going on.
So we've had enough of you.
That's more or less what it was doing. It's like, good God, I don't know what happened. You gotta tell me.
I have no idea what happened. I said, Henry, and you work on computers.
Yeah, see? so Lucio, man.
It's different than systems, right? Especially because you don't own them. Like, wow, how do I work on the system?
So how are you going to help me through that? Okay, since you're a leader, what do you think watch this question. What do you think I need to enhance what I'm doing?
Well,
I don't know. Maybe Maybe, I don't know, equal, come on.
Well, I think one of the fascinating things I really enjoy about you is that you're always like lighthearted. So much fun to speak with. You just connect with people. You have this way of being that's just, it's great. You're an extraordinary leader, Henry.
And if you come into the studio and you're ever with us, with Dr. Lowell, Dr. Lisa, all the other ones, they're dying laughing in the back because they're the ones, I even asked to borrow some of their words and then I put it into a ghetto language with one or two of their big words. I said, oh, those are big words. Geez. And I'll start talking, hey, what's up, girl? Start talking all that stuff with a couple of those words and we add them in there and they die laughing. All the good stuff.
That is so funny.
So it's really interesting. And it's really nice to have you on. I mean, I'm glad that you got us connected. Jeez, that was it for me. I said, they locked me out, Miss RP. I don't know what to do. Pobrecito, I'll help you.
Pobrecito Henry.
That was good. And then, I see that along this other stuff that you have here. And you've posted a lot of articles. Opportunity Time, Leading in the New Reality, Transforming Isolation to Freedom, all these variables that you have that you post up there. I like to make my comments too. Of course, I get to the other side and act normal. But I do throw you a twist in there. So tell us about some of those articles. What compels you to write in this way? Okay, thank you very much, Rose. That's enough. No, just kidding.
You just opened up. You opened up a window for me to speak. So one of the things that really compels me to speak out is to be able to inform people. At the fact that people can connect, that leaders can see things through a different lens, and that's the most important thing. Right? There's a lot of people that are dying, and I'm not saying literally, of course there are people that are dying. There's people that are wanting that attention. There's people that are looking for extraordinary leaders to take action. And at times, sometimes people are afraid of leadership. And even new leaders, there's 93% of leaders, if you know that, Henry, before COVID, that didn't feel like they had the knowledge, skills, and the abilities to lead. Imagine now that they get into the chaos of COVID, how do they lead? Some people are hiding from their own leadership. Some people are just doing the bare minimum to get by. Other people, people are asking me like, Rocio, what do? I don't know how to work from home. I'm like, have you considered speaking with your leader? Have you considered
their wife?
Why? Have you considered speaking with your coworkers? What does that look like? A lot of people are not comfortable being vulnerable in that setting. 78% of people don't feel psychologically safe to make a contribution at work when they're together. Imagine when they're at home right now. So that's really what inspires me, because there's so much magic inside of us. There's so many people that are waiting for that perfect moment, like we said in the beginning. They're waiting for that perfect moment to be or in the middle of our conversation to be, do, and have in order for them to show up in their light. And they're hanging on to things. They're hanging on to information like, come on, share the information with us. What if you bring the next solution to humanity? What would that be? That's the reason why I speak.
Can you say that again, but slower?
No.
You're a lot of fun, let me tell you, a lot of fun. And let's go over, if you are just joining us, we're speaking with Rose, Mrs. RP. I'm doing that purposely,
Yes,
because you know what that does? It brings your name forward continuously. So, talk about this. I want to ask you this one. And I know you've been in a situation that you thought you could never get out of. And don't dial back. Let's go to a more recent situation that you have been in. And I know you've been in a couple that you thought, damn, how do I get out of this mess?
Wow, I've been in plenty of those.
Your car broke down in the middle of traffic. Oh, damn.
Yes, the car broke down in the middle of traffic. You're hanging on for dear life. Okay, I'll tell you one that was really fun at the same time. So I decided with my best friend that we would go on a motorcycle trip. And we had decided that a decade prior. And then one day he just brings it up on me a couple of years ago and says, how about we go on the motorcycle trip now? Okay, we're 10 years older, okay?
Boy, that's harsh on your body.
Right, we're in our 30s now. Well, actually, I was already in my 40s. We were both in our 40s now. We were in our 30s when we had decided. We're in our 40s. I'm 41 years old.
You're kidding me.
Not right now. I'm
Oh
44
my
now.
gosh, I thought you were still like 31, 32.
No, I'm 44 now.
You're almost as old as me. I'm 47.
Life has been good. So here's the funny part. We get to, like, literally, he shows up at 3 o'clock in the morning, 2:30 in the morning. So we at 3 a.m.
Oh,
And I'm like, wow. I had just gotten off the stage the day before. Full conference. As a matter of fact, it was during this particular conference that you referenced to earlier. I'd done an entire week at a conference.
Your energy was just.
Yeah, my energy wasn't like exciting, like I was tired, I was excited and inspired, yet physically my body's like, help me. And so leaving on this trip, I'm like, what am I doing? By the time we hit the Eisenhower Tunnel, I started to tell myself that this was going to be an easy trip. First of all, it was cold at that time.
Especially the Eisenhower Tunnel. That's cold.
It's super, super cold.
On a motorcycle. Oh, Lord.
On a motorcycle. And there were days that 16 days, Henry, on that motorcycle.
Oh, my gosh.
16 days. And
your body was tore up from riding that thing. Jeez.
Yes, and I'm meditating.
Get off of it.
So you asked me, how did I get through it? I'm like, I got this, I got this. I'm like chanting. Good thing that we didn't have any type of radio communication between us. I'm like, I got this, I got it. I can handle another 2 minutes. I can handle another 2 minutes.
Did you want to give up at any time?
Yeah, there was many points. And as a matter of fact, when we got to San Diego, probably 5 or 6 days later, he comes up to me and we were out having ice cream at my favorite Hawaiian ice cream place. He goes, I think I'm going to send you home. I think it's been hard on you. And I'm like, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
You should have seen his face. He was so disappointed. He's like, what? You're giving up on me now? See, my intention was never to make it all the way to Mexico City. He was making it all the way to Brazil.
Oh.
That was the intention. And I'm like, if I could make it to Vegas, I'm going to be good. Well, we were already in San Diego. We had already come in and out of, and then we went into Baja California, Mexico, came back out into San Diego, and I'm like, I'm not too sure I want to continue this ride.
That's too harsh on you.
So harsh, especially
you probably aged about 20 years just doing that. Good God, that probably hurt.
Yoga became my best friend. Like stretching, I get off.
Oh, you can't even walk after you get off.
Stretching my body out. So that was one situation. And I'm walking around and I'm like, okay, can I make it? Can I make it? Can I make it? I made it all the way into Mexico City.
Oh.
I'm like, okay. So the next day, after spending a couple of days in Mexico City, I'm like, okay, where's my airplane? I'm ready to go home.
Did you?
And I went home.
Did you get on the plane?
I got on the plane.
Smart, very smart. Because you knew you couldn't make it back.
I couldn't make it, especially after I heard.
So what did he do?
What's that?
Did he ship the motorcycle back?
No, he continued all the way into Samoa.
Oh my gosh.
Then he had to come back because he got into, there's different things in each of those particular countries, and had to backtrack all the way into the States, which took him for another 15 days to get back home.
Lord,
long trip.
Oh my gosh.
I would have given that motorcycle up for free.
I would have to get out of it.
I cut my losses. I'm going home.
Wow, that is an interesting story. One last thing. Let's talk about your casa. You like to live in a really nice, clean casa. You like your house in perfect order. You like to keep it clean, but sometimes you let it go. So, what are the days that you let it go? How do I know that? How do I know that?
Yeah, I think you've been hanging out here. As a matter of fact, because I'm very, very meticulous in my way of being. And some days things go, projects, and I'm busy. And this morning was one of those days I'm like, I can't take another moment like this. So I had to straighten everything else out.
See, I knew that about you. You know why? Because I know that by the way you dress and by the way you put on your makeup.
Ringo?
Whoa! See, that's pretty good.
I'm gonna take you everywhere I go, Henry.
Oh no, you don't want to do that. Oh no, look who she brought with her. Oh no.
Oh, not again, not Henry. Please.
I will light you up, man. Mm-hmm. That's good fun. I like going a lot of places too. But we have a big team here, and a lot of them bring so much happy here. It's like the stuff they bring to me is like, where did you dream this up from? They will,
energy bottled up.
yeah, and then they say, can we do it? Yes, because I'm a yes man.
Yes, you are a yes man.
I'm a yes man.
Anything is possible.
Yes, and so that's what I do. Being a yes man brings a lot of goods to you. It brings a lot of nice things. And we've been around a long time, so I'm sure you probably didn't know that. 14 years. So
14 years.
yes,
Wow.
yes. Streaming for 14 years. We had 28 listeners at one point.
Yeah, you were streaming even before streaming was available.
Well, I used to babysit Jesus, but
depends.
no, we didn't have depends. We had diapers. Oh, I hear what you're thinking. Don't think like that. So,
No.
this has been real. I really enjoyed this. The test your mic, test everything that we wanted to test. It started out good, and then it just went. Like, what
Right?
It's like, what happened here? It's like,
What happened?
I never come unglued under pressure. Never.
No.
Because we've had a lot of pressure moments here, and it's been fun though. Sometimes the whole system will decide to do an update on everything. Even the cameras have updates. I mean, it was telling me earlier it wants to do an update. So I say no to it because cameras will do updates, the server will want to do an update, and everything will just go down simultaneously. And those are the real stressful moments. And so we can't broadcast, and so it's kind of hard sometimes.
That's so interesting. I know I had an interview over a year ago, and it took us 2 hours to get the systems working.
Wow.
Now imagine we already started at 9 o'clock at night. We're recording at midnight, literally recording at midnight. It was even later for my counterpart. And we just made it happen. It's like, okay, we move on, take it off, still looking gorgeous. Powder me down, like just wake up.
Have you ever thought of working for a corporation?
I have. I've thought about it. As a matter of fact, I've had a lot of people ask me to work for corporations.
But I know you're the type of individual that doesn't like a name tag on you, a lasso, or being held up by anybody who wants to make decisions over you, of how open you are. And so, do you ever consider that as a problem?
Actually, yes and no. I consider being able to bring my gifts to the world a lot faster. That's what really I'm excited about, is to be able to do change where change, make change happen where change is needed, versus waiting for when change is obsolete and then make it happen.
after the fact, right?
After the fact, by the time everybody votes on it, by the time it gets approved, it's obsolete.
Yeah, it's like, what was the point?
Fairly quickly. I like to evaluate it, analyze it, figure out what's working, what's not. Knowledge is one thing, wisdom is another, foresight is another, right? And so it's being able to take those into consideration.
That's very nice. Well stated. Jeez, hey, whatever.
We'll see your guesses.
God, I should have never got you on. I feel like I'm a dummy now. I like to tease you. It's fun. It's always fun. So with that being said, is there any final moment as we did this up close and personal with you? Nobody's ever got to do it like this, and I thought I'd change it up a bit.
No, I would say like the final thing, just have fun, people. Everyone have fun, enjoy, explore. I wish that people would have a lot of fun and get to laugh and dance and like make moments special.
Oh, I missed one spot.
You did.
You love to dance.
I love to dance.
Yes. How many times when you go to the dances are you asked to dance?
Plenty of times.
Oh my God.
Sometimes I don't even get off the floor.
Isn't that cool?
I have to force myself off the floor to go drink something. I get on that dance floor and there goes Rocio looking like a trompo. dancing here and there.
Rocio, it's been fun. It's been a pleasure having you on. Everybody else got to do interviews and all these other variables with you. I went around and did a improv, talking to Rocio. Rocio?
Rocio.
Say it again.
Rocio.
One more time.
Rocio.
And there she is. And that's why you want to memorize that name. She said it to you 100 times. If you don't get it right now, oh God. So it's been nice. It's been real having you on. And like I said, you're welcome to. You're going to be on somebody else's show here shortly.
Yeah, I'll be on a number of other shows shortly, and I know I've been invited to be back on Charlie's show as well, and I was on Sylvia's, and I know I'll be on John's show as well.
And also, I think the author show. Were you on his show?
Yes, I will be on his show this coming month.
And so there's lots of us here that are all looking at you saying, "What about me? What about me?" Well, I wanted a turn too. What the hell? And so that's
like I want my own turn, my own interview.
Not an interview. This is not an interview.
This is an improv.
Improv with being up close and personal with you, and knowing about all the makeups and all the clothes, the house. We've got to know everything.
We've got it all.
So with that being said, thank you very much for joining us here at KUHSdenver.com. Thank you everybody who joined in on the international camera on YouTube, on Twitter, on Facebook, and everywhere else this restream goes. And also on our audio portion, which goes all over the world, when we capture close to 122,000 people, because it started at 28 people, now we're at 122,000 around the world. So, isn't that cool? So,
that is so cool.
So that, but it's a lot of hard work. I mean, it's 14 years. Everybody says, "Whoa, you're an overnight sensation after 14 years."
Right? It's consistency. Show up.
They tell me that all the time, and I do 7 days a week. Believe it or not.
Wow.
Oh, God Almighty. It's my refuge. Every refuge has a price.
Todo tiene su recompensa también.
Oh my gosh.
There we go.
So it's up to you to say goodbye to this meeting, because you were the one who had to host it for me.
There we go. Well, I'm just to say thank you so much, Henry. It's such a pleasure being here with you, and so much fun. I'm looking forward to our next fun conversation.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Ciao.